Should have and should not have are used to talk about mistakes in the past. I had a test this morning. I didn't do well on the test because I didn't study for it last night. I should have studied last night. I should have studied means that studying was a good idea, but I didn't do it. I made a mistake. My back hurts. I should not have carried that heavy box up 2 flights of stairs. I carried the box, and now I'm sorry. I should not have carried means that I carried something, but it turned out to be a bad idea. I made a mistake. No matter what the subject is, the conjugation does not change. So no matter what subject, the verb should be should have plus the past participle of a verb, which is your main verb. Or should not have plus your main verb in past participle form. Contractions. Should have can be written as should have, and should not have can be written as shouldn't have, but contractions should not be used in formal writing, such as for school or work. Pronunciation. Should have is commonly pronounced like should have or shoulda. Even in formal settings, this is standard American English pronunciation. So if you always say should have, you will sound like you are talking with an accent. So let's watch and listen to some people pronouncing should have, and listen for should have, shoulda, should have, shoulda.
School and got that degree. You should have started your own business. There's so many things you should have done.
I don't write about it in the book, but maybe I should have. But when I took over Citibank,
Should have seen me when I was 25. Oh my goodness. There was no end to it. Stop already.
Inside that ecosystem, I should have put the Dream Trips points logo because it's all tied back to that.
Which is where I should have been all along. I was staying in this little courtyard.
I was thinking so small. I should have asked for more. So like contentious relationship around goals and
movie, Leviathan, which was nominated and should have gotten an Oscar for the best foreign film, whereby so long as
it should have had a clear public hearing, none of which happened.
I'd be remiss if I didn't. I should have started with that.
Last summer, whether that might have been a case where Google should have varied from its philosophy of putting things out. If it catches on, great. Otherwise, you know.
I should have started there, but underneath the visible life. And I think it says so much about what sizzles beneath the surface.
Here's the basic problem, and maybe I should have put it this way. Science tells us what is.
Should not have is commonly pronounced like shouldn't have or shouldn't. Again, even in formal settings, this is standard American English pronunciation. If you say should not have all the time, you will sound like you are talking with an accent. So let's watch and listen to some people pronouncing should not have. And listen for shouldn't have or shouldn't. It'll sound like shouldn't have or shouldn't.
Income. We were on the right track. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't have been looking at more ways to lift more kids out of poverty.
And she was right. It was a crummy show. We shouldn't have gone. But the point simply is,
So I invite anybody who thinks we shouldn't have taken those actions that we took last year or made those investments to
next week. He certainly shouldn't have said what he said, but I'm hearing rumors now that Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson are coming.
Concluded that something had been going on in that institution that shouldn't have been occurring, because he said we had this
told them so. They shouldn't have put the specific set of standards, or the only way you could satisfy that requirement is by adopting Common Core.
That, despite a lot of people who think maybe we shouldn't have tried as many things, but I think he has an app.
Blundering into places she shouldn't have been, poking her nose into areas.
Law school, and I probably shouldn't have gotten the job, and I would never get it today.
Criticism that Bush shouldn't have gone in the first place, and you've got the Republican criticism, which is
you can think the tactics shouldn't have been done, but were they effective in any way?
Well, bad about it. He's like, I shouldn't have even done that because I'm honoring the fact that you're the king.
You shouldn't have made your password password.
What was the name of this?
And the cases have been criticized from every point of view. One group says, but you shouldn't have gotten involved at all. What do you know about national security?
You know, you shouldn't have used those other 7 techniques. No.
It was falling apart. And I shouldn't have ever believed that, but I did. And
close to an elected official who really was someone I shouldn't have gotten close to. The way I
a nap. I'm like, I shouldn't have ate that. Yeah. So that's amazing.
I remember.
Because of his agreement with the teachers union, but that really shouldn't have happened. But anyway, that's when it changed. Now,
important note, this pronunciation works for should not have plus a verb in the past participle. But if have or have to are the main verb, then the H in have is pronounced. For example, I should have 5 marbles left. I should not have to call you 5 times. Or if you use a contraction, I shouldn't have to call you 5 times. Also, the modal verbs could and would follow the same pronunciation pattern. Could've, coulda, couldn't've, couldn't'a, would've, woulda, wouldn't've, wouldn't'a. Thanks for watching.